All right, BJ's with us in Chesapeake, Virginia. Hi, BJ. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm doing good. I'm over here cleaning up our empty house, but I'm good.
Sounds like a side hustle to me.
It is. It is. I love it.
Good money. How can we help?
Well, my question was, I do have these rentals, and I have to pay IRS somewhere $15,000, $30,000 every year. So my question is, should I take equity out just so some of them are paid for? So I'm concerned about taking equity out just to try to have other deductions, or should I just continue to pay our IRS? I don't know.
Okay. There are no tax deductions that make mathematical sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you give the government, if you give the bank $10,000 and it is a tax deduction because it was interest on a loan,
right,
that means you get to deduct $10,000 from your income. So you do not have to pay taxes on that $10,000. It does not save you $10,000 in taxes. It saves you having to pay taxes on $10,000 of your income. And so if you're in a 25% tax bracket, it saves you $2,500. So you gave the bank $10,000 to keep from sending the IRS $2,500. That's called stupid. Okay, we don't want to do that.
Very well. No, we don't want to do it.
We're not trading dollars for quarters and look at that and call that sophisticated financial planning, okay? People do that crap all the time, though. And some CPAs are so stupid they recommend you do that. But you don't want to do it, okay? Now, here's the thing. Why do you owe the IRS? Do you have a day job other than the rentals?
I don't work. I retired 2020.
Okay, so you've got income from retirement that's taxable.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got the rents off these properties that's taxable.
Well, I have other income that I worked for. I'm retired military, so I get income from that.
And that's taxable.
I retired from the post office. I got money from that.
And that's taxable.
And I get the rental income, and then I'm 100% disabled. That's not taxable from the military.
That's not. Everything else is, though. Okay, cool.
Right.
So here's what's happening. You just owe income tax. And you aren't setting it aside out of your check. So if you owe $30,000 a year, that's $2,500 a month. You need to be setting aside in your little IRS savings fund over here.
Okay.
You have to withhold on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that this doesn't come up and smack you in the back of the head every year. Because if every year it smacks you in the back of the head, you run borrow on it, that's going to run out.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, using the home equity loan would just be kicking the can down the road. You'd just be basically taking from yourself in the long run.
So you've got income that's taxable north of $100,000.
Yes.
Way to go. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, so what are you, 60?
69.
69, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, so what you need to do is sit down with a tax professional. Just go to RamseySolutions.com and click on Tax ELP because they need to help you set up a cash flow schedule that every month when you get checks, you take some of that and before you even put it in your checking account or whatever, but immediately it moves X number of dollars over as if you were doing a double, when you worked at the post office, they held money out of your check, right? So you just got to hold money out of your own check so this doesn't keep smacking you all the time.
Okay.
You're amazing. You put together quite a life here.
So don't put on any of the ones that you don't recommend equity line on any of my paid off properties. I paid off 4 of them. It's free and clear.
No, I wouldn't. Now, do you have the money to pay the taxes right now that are due?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, I pay all the bills. Everything is paid for.
Okay.
Savings is coming in.
Yeah. So your main question is, do I go in debt to lower my tax bill?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I go in debt? But see, even if I did that, get an equity, I could buy another property.
Yes, but you would be in debt, and now you've done all of this because this tax thing is bothering you, and if you owe the bank $10,000 in interest, you only save $2,500 on taxes. Bad trade again.
Okay.
So I would rather see you set up a schedule where your taxes are coming out of your check, that you're taking them out automatically, and you're not feeling the pinch of these things because you're planning better, number one. And then I want you to use some of this money because you don't spend much money. And I think
No,
you're
I
going to
don't.
be able to pile up enough cash pretty quickly to buy another property with cash and not have any debt. There's a
Okay.
reason you work to get all these paid off, kiddo.
Yeah.
Because life's better when they're paid off. Don't go back in debt.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're feeling the pressure from the tax thing because it's just bad cash planning. You got bad cash planning.
Yeah, BJ, you're such a rock star. Just even the fact that right now, when you called, you said you're at the rental cleaning it yourself at 69 years old. Like, you have worked hard for this, and that's incredible. Just keep doing what you're doing, because you have proved that you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and you can't borrow your way out of this. You got to plan and work your way out of it. And that's a thing. But it's a misnomer that, and you can only write off interest, by the way, if you're itemizing. And most people don't itemize anymore. The standard deductions are so high, very few people itemize. So it's really mythology. I'm going to stay in debt on my home because I get a tax write-off. You really don't. If you're taking standard deduction, you don't get a tax write-off on your home because your standard deduction's covered. You got that whether you had debt or not. Silly.